Hello, everybody. How are you? Good to be here as always. Today is Thursday, 6th of March. Hope everyone's having a great day wherever you are across the globe. Let's just bring you up to date with as far as anything new from Onpassive. I've just had a quick look at the ecosystem. There's nothing new to report there or anywhere else. As always, guys, log in on a daily basis if you would for any updates, etc. It is my understanding that that's where the news is going to be broadcast as far as next stages, etc. Of course, our CEO Ash Mufareh might use Marty and Chris again to bring information that way. But either way, log into your OES on a daily basis. I see Brian Quirks here, and hope he's weathering the storm over in Spain. They really have been battered over there at the moment, and particularly the Murcia region where he is as well is had it pretty hard. So any of my Spanish amigos over there, hope you are weathering it and looking forward to brighter skies. Actually here in UK at the moment, it's been lovely, lovely, lovely. See our very own Chris Johnson is in the house. Hi to you, Chris. Nice for you to pop in and say hello. Okay, so theme for today, and this is the last day that I'll be sort of going over what our CEO Ash Mufareh said last Friday. Tomorrow I'm doing a Q&A. So if you've got any questions, come along tomorrow and we'll open it up obviously to the floor for you guys in the chat area, and I will certainly try and answer them to my best ability. And so if you've got any questions, bring them up tomorrow. Also today we're talking about still here, still showing up, stronger than ever. Why have I chosen this? And that was because there was quite a bit about, well, Ash was saying, wasn't he, on Friday, that he's not going anywhere. In fact, he said, if I wanted to quit moving forward, I would have had the best opportunity to do it. To say you, so that I can say to you, I'm out of here. My hands, I've washed my hands of it, and you're on your own. Go and figure it out on yourself. But he didn't do that, did he? He said, that's not me. That's not who I am. I don't quit. I don't change. In fact, I've showed up even stronger around the clock to work harder. And of course, for all of you now, and a little bit smarter. Now, we were talking yesterday and the day before, weren't we, that we are very lucky to have a guy like Ash Mufareh in charge of all of this, because quite frankly, everything that he's been through from the beginning as well, we're not talking just about the last year or so, but all the way along this Onpassive journey, he's had adversity in one way, shape or form from various areas. And for him to stick to his guns and keep moving forward really has shown his grit, his determination, and also his belief in what he is doing is the right thing to do. And whenever you listen to the guy, you really do hear that in his voice, in what he is trying to portray and say to us, that really is, he knows that what he is doing is the right thing to do. He talks, doesn't he, a lot about how there is nobody else out there who's going to help us, who, if you are looking towards governmental departments, institutions to basically change your fortunes, that ain't going to happen. He really is one of the only people that we can put our trust in to know that he is doing his utmost best to change things for the better. Why is that important? We've spoken on many occasions that it's important because he always puts us before himself. He always puts his business before himself rather than looking at what he can gain from all of it. He's not in this for his money, for the self-value, for the self-worth. He's in this because he wants to make a difference, plain and simple. Has he had the opportunity to walk away from this, wash his hands of it and say, I'm done, I'm out of here. I've had way too much adversity towards myself, my family. It's aged me, it's caused me stress, it's caused me anxiety, it's caused me all these sort of things. And has he done anything about it? No, he hasn't. In fact, it's made him even more determined to carry on. It's made him even more determined to prove people wrong. These people who don't believe in him, the people who talk bad of him, the people who slate him, the people who have tried to drag him down, and all the rest of it. Hang on, let me just get rid of somebody who's not been very nice. How many days told you same things? There you go. Well, you can go to another channel to listen to other people, can't you? There you go. As I say, guys, if you are in the chat, if you say negativity, then you are going to be out of here. As I was saying, that he wants to prove that he is right in what he's doing. He wants to prove to so many people, including us, by the way, that our trust, belief in the project, our trust and belief in him, of what he is trying to achieve, is the right thing to do. He also wants to prove the negativity, the naysayers, the people who said it can't be done, the ones that say all the nasty stuff about him, that they are wrong as well. This is also part of his drive, I believe, is that he's promised us, he's promised himself that he is not going to quit. Turning your back on what you have said to a lot of people isn't easy, is it? You know, we having that moral about yourself. It's a bit like I was raised through my father, that if I shook hands with somebody, my word is my bond. You know, that I have made a deal. If I've shaken hands with somebody else, I have made that decision and I stick by my deal with that person because that's how I've been raised. I believe that Ash Mufareh is very similar. He's promised us that he is going to do it or die. He's told us that he is going to work as hard as he possibly can to make this happen. He has told us all of these things, and I do believe that he is a man of his word. And part of that is to prove that to us that he is that guy. More importantly, and especially now, because of the people that have caused him so much heartache, so much what's the word I'm looking for? Grief? No, not grief particularly. Disappointment, okay, in the trust that he's given them, that he really does want to be able to prove an awful lot of people wrong by getting this one absolutely right. Now, this brings me on to where are we within the timeline of getting it right? I've said a couple of days ago that I don't think there is, I think seeing our CEO on Friday was done by design. I think everything that our CEO does is calculated. I think everything that he is doing has been well thought out. And I really believe that seeing him on Friday is part of that calculation. Shows to me that with the things that he was saying within it, that where we are further towards the end than we are were at the beginning, if that makes sense. I know it sounds a little bit Irish, but I believe that we are towards the end of this period. How long that's going to go on for now, I don't know. But it makes a lot of sense to me to say, why did we see him on Friday? We could have carried on for another week or 2 weeks without seeing him. We had 4 weeks where we didn't see him, or longer, in fact 8 weeks. Would 1 more week or 2 more weeks make any difference? There was nothing dramatic that was happening that made him want to come in and say the things he did. I believe it's all because something is on in the offing. I believe that it is because we are now getting towards the stage where he's saying, just a little bit longer, guys, stick with it, stay with us, you won't be sorry, all of these things. In fact, he said on the pop-up at the bottom, if you remember, he said right at the bottom, he said, obviously he gave the videos, and he said right at the bottom, till next time, stay around. He wants us to do exactly that. He wants us to be here. Why? Because he's taking notice of the ones that are. And he's certainly taking notice of the ones that aren't. He mentioned a little bit about that on Friday, the ones that have maybe gone down different routes of other things. Does it mean that they are not going to be included in Onpassive? I have no idea. But he also did say, didn't he, one of the things was about qualification. He mentioned on Friday that there is a possibility for this next phase that we will have to be qualified in one way, shape or form to be part of it. What that entails, I don't know. What it involves, I don't know. But he's obviously thought long and hard about who he wants within the business and all the rest of it. So this is, for me, why it's even more important to stay the course, even more important to dig deep and see this one through. Why? Because I think we will benefit the most from it. The ones that are there at the beginning are the ones that are going to benefit the most, hands down. So this is why I certainly believe that if he is prepared to stay around, to be stronger than ever, to show everybody that he is right, we need to stand strong as well. We need to be stronger than we ever have been, because I've said it loads as well. We've had our own adversity in this Onpassive journey as well. Obviously, it's small fry compared to what our CEO Ash Mufareh has been through. But I know also that individually, we've had our fair share, whether that be from relatives, relations, friends, people within our own organizations, in fact, that we might have viewed as friends because we've met them through Onpassive, who really do turn very quickly on you when they decide enough is enough. So we've all been through things that have tested us, tested our resolve, tested our belief, tested our reasoning for staying here. And I go back to saying the same thing that I say time and time again. The reason we stay is because we see something others do not see. We're not quite sure what it is, whether it's a feeling, whether it's in your gut, whether it's in your heart, or whether it's in your head. There is certainly something that is there telling you this is the one. This is the reason I'm here is because I know, because of something within me, that this is the one that I am going to stick with. And you need to hang on to that. This is where we need to be strong. We need to dig deep, the same as our CEO is, and ride this right the way through to the end. He's doing it, so why shouldn't we? Isn't that what we want out of this business, isn't what we want to have the best result out of it. Leaving's not going to help that, is it? Walking away from it's not going to help it. Staying with it is certainly going to help. Why? Because we're part of the foundation. We're part of that huge foundation that I talked about yesterday of Onpassive. The community, the people within it really are the ones that bolster the whole of the business at the beginning. We're the ones that are going to kickstart this. We're the ones that are going to gain that momentum and that viral effect moving forward. This is exactly where you get that momentum from. If you look at businesses, you look at stuff on the internet and all the rest of it, the one buzzword that they all use is community. They look at what that community is like. How big is that community of people? That's because that is so important to how a business gets going. If you've got the community, you've got that base of people, then you stand a very, very good chance of moving it forward. And as Fatima said, loyalty pays. It certainly does. We are the ones that will reap those rewards of our loyalty to ourselves and our CEO and the company. This is why we should stay strong, stronger than ever. It's not just our CEO, but also ourselves as well. And if we can all do that as a collective, when he comes to us and he says, now's the time, then we can start making the noise that we need to get this show on the road. And that is going to be such sweet noise across the internet. Anyway, guys, that's it from me today. Tomorrow, Q&A. Come along with your questions, okay? And I will do my very best to answer the ones I can. Obviously, okay, stuff I don't know, I will tell you absolutely hands on heart, honestly, I don't know. And that's not because I'm saying I don't know because I don't want you to know. Guess what? It's because I don't know. As we said on many a time, especially now, our CEO is very, very tight-lipped, okay? He's learned an awful lot. And part of that is don't tell anything to anybody, no matter who they are. And that includes us as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being on. See you all tomorrow, same place, same time. Thanks for all the lovely comments, by the way, in the chat. Great to see all my favorites here as well. I really do appreciate your support on a daily basis, especially everyone in green, the tea clubbers, and everybody else who shows up as well. That's it from me. Bye for now.